The Chicago Bears are back at it, today bringing in multiple athletic freaks for tryouts, perhaps signaling that some guys are not ready for camp or that the Bears want more competition. Today they brought in 6 guys for workouts or tryouts at Hallis Hall. All of these players were very athletic and tested off the charts on MathBomb's relative athletic scoring. Former Pro Bowler DJ Chark, Matt Landers, Chance Campbell, Thomas Gordon, Payton Hendershot, and Jervarius Owens. I'm going to briefly cover what each guy would bring to the Chicago Bears. I wanted to get this video out earlier, but I had some technical difficulties today. Let's go ahead and get right into it. First up is DJ Chark, and he's the most accomplished name on the list, a former Pro Bowler who is also familiar with Ben Johnson. He played in his offense with the Lions in 2022. This is a guy with legit home run speed, but he has suffered injuries and struggled with inconsistency in the NFL. He had over 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns in his second season in the league, making a Pro Bowl in Jacksonville. He followed that up with a 700-yard and 5 TD season the next year, but since then, he has not topped 525 yards in the last 4 years, and last year was his worst season of his career, only catching 4 passes for 41 yards and 1 touchdown all season long. He's a former second-round pick who scored a 9.94 on his RAS score. He's extremely athletic with blazing fast speed. He ran a 4.34 40 and he reached 22.7 miles per hour. His best trick in the NFL by far is going deep. He's a guy who's especially effective at double moves. I don't know if he's still as fast as he was. He's dealt with numerous injuries, but that's why the Bears brought him in for a workout. The biggest problem for DJ Chark in making this roster is how crowded our wide receiver room is. On top of the big 3 of DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Luther Burden, you also have accomplished slot receiver Olamide Zaccheaus, and then you have kick returner and home run hitter Devin Duvernay. And then you have guys like Miles Boykin, Tyler Scott, a former 4th-round pick, and more, all competing for roster spots at the back half of the roster. We also brought in undrafted guys and 2 more players for workouts today. So this wide receiver room is crowded. But the Bears didn't stop with just DJ Chark. They also brought in another speedy receiver, Matt Landers, a big 6'5", 200-pound target who played at Georgia, Toledo, and Arkansas in college before going undrafted in the NFL. He had 47 catches for 901 yards and 8 touchdowns in his senior season at Arkansas. He scored a 9.85 on his RAS score, so another extremely athletic and fast wide receiver. He ran a blazing 4.37 40-yard dash. This guy is another home run hitter who can take the top off of defenses. It's clear the Bears are still looking for more speed in the wide receiver room, even after bringing in Luther Burden. Now I'm going to quickly talk about the 2 defenders on the list, and then I'll cover the 2 tight ends that were brought in as well. First up is linebacker Chance Campbell. He was a 6th-round pick by the Titans in 2022, and again, another guy who tested off the charts athletically, scoring a 9.75 on his RAS score. He's 6'2", 232, and ran a 4.57 40. He's mostly been on practice squads in the NFL, but he is just 25 years old and has some upside. And then another former draft pick, safety Jervarius Owens. He was a 7th-round pick by the Giants in 2023, and he's another guy who's been a practice squad player in the NFL. He has 1 career tackle on special teams. But like nearly every other player brought in for workouts today, Owens is very athletic. The former Houston safety scored a 9.21 on his RAS score and ran a 4.57 40 at 6 foot, 193 pounds. It seems like Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson both love these athletic players, and they're trying to find a couple more guys to provide some competition in camp. Or could it mean that a couple of guys are not fully healthy? Because we also brought in 2 tight ends as well, and this will cause people to speculate about Colston Loveland. First was Thomas Gordon, a rookie undrafted free agent tight end out of Northwestern. For his career, he had 54 catches for 529 yards, but only 2 touchdowns. He had 1 TD in each of the last 2 seasons. He's 6'5" and 240 pounds. He went undrafted this year and he did not get signed. Then he ended up signing a deal with the San Antonio Brahmas of the UFL. He played in one game but did not have a reception. He's coming to camp to compete for the tight end 3 job behind both Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland. But then we had another tight end addition as well, a bigger name who's actually had success in the NFL, Payton Hendershot, a former free agent addition by the Dallas Cowboys in 2022. He had 2 touchdowns in his rookie season, but he's only caught 9 passes over the last 2 years, and only 5 last year as a backup in Kansas City with the Chiefs. But spending a year learning under Travis Kelce, that probably didn't hurt his development. He's 6'4", 246, and he scored an 8.38 on his RAS score. He scored 14 touchdowns at Indiana, and he also had 1,400 plus receiving yards. He's a better receiver than he is a blocker. But with the Bears bringing in multiple tight ends, people will probably question Colston Loveland's health, and we will probably get that answer and a lot more tomorrow, as it's a big day for the Bears. First, veterans report to camp, but also the Bears have a press conference scheduled, and I believe both Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson are going to be speaking to the media. And this is where we should learn a lot of things about this upcoming season. They're probably going to ask about JJ's contract. They're going to ask about Braxton Jones' health. They're probably going to also, maybe, if we're lucky, ask about guys like Theo Benedict and Ian Wheeler. But for sure, they're going to ask about the health of our first 2 picks, rookies Luther Burden and Colston Loveland. To address all this tomorrow, I will be live with Greg Gabriel after that press conference. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. It should be sometime around 1 or 1:30 Central Time. Stay tuned for that tomorrow. As always, I appreciate everyone who watches. Remember to hit that like button for me. It really helps out. And until next time, bear down.
What's up, Swift? It's Kyler Gordon. Just want to do a quick shout out to Swift Sports Network with all the latest news on the Bears. Keep doing your thing.
How you doing? Jaquan Brisker, Chicago Bears safety. I just want to shout out to Swift at Swift Sports Network. Keep up the hard work. We appreciate you. Keep working hard. Subscribe to Swift Sports Network. And shout out to all the best Bear fans in the world. Bear down. Let's go, baby.